So, recently, myself and two friends uploaded this video of us doing like random redesigns. Where I've got a YouTube channel called The Sound Dads. It's hilarious. You should check it out. I'll put a link in this video as well. But today, I just kind of want to walk through what I'd done. I get a lot of questions saying, "Can you break this down?" And this is my first time doing this, so I guess we'll see how it goes. So I've never really used Reaper before. I'm mainly like a Reasons Pro Tools user, and so I kind of like wanted to learn it. I keep hearing this massive like pressure to like learn it because it's so good for game audio. And after last Friday or week before, I actually really started using it, and it's really powerful. I was actually quite shocked at the amount of flexibility it has, and this is why this looks quite messy. It's a little embarrassing. I learned Reaper the weekend that I wanted to do this redesign. It was kind of a challenge within itself, but my next one that I've done is a lot more organized. Nothing's really grouped. It's a bit chaotic. I've got some markers and stuff, but it's it needs a bit of work on like preparation. But I thought I'll just get stuck in and explain my process. So usually in Pro Tools and like in future I'll have an actual like library of sounds, and like I mean like an actual I'll drag stuff out of libraries and stuff that I record and make a little library in itself for this actual like session. I didn't do that in this one. I kind of just went through and like each point. My first step was writing these markers down and then just kind of getting sounds that I thought like would be benchmark areas, like place like a little transition here, and I would work up that way. And it isn't. It is very messy, and I apologize for that. But it shouldn't matter what it looks like. I understand it, and I'm pretty happy with how it sounded. So most of this, there's only like 3 sounds that I've used this from a library, like a cinematic whoosh. But most of the things I've recorded from my own kitchen, which is ridiculous. Sometimes like fan extractors in my kitchen as well. Leather movement. But anyway, I'll go through one by one. I'll start off with these. So now I've not got these groups, so I'm gonna have to go through them one by one. But basically, our turn. I'll play the actual clip first, so you get a clip of actually what it sounds like, just all together. So when I got that clip, I knew there was going to be a lot going on. It was very intense for a couple of seconds. The first thing I wanted to do was get her turn. She does like this massive turn with her jacket. So what I'd done there is I'd done a couple of whooshes and a little bit of leather movement. In retrospect, I should have, like looking back, I really should have focused more on like her foley or her person. Instead, I was actually focusing on like more of the cinematic stuff. So I've got this one whoosh here, which I recorded ages ago. It's yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just like an extractor whoosh from my kitchen, but it's like a very low rumble. But here we go, I'll play this one. It's quite distorted, but I thought it worked quite well. Next, I had an actual cinematic return. Like I think it's pretty sure it's the door slam reversed. Next was the jacket, and this is actually a leather jacket I had, and just moved it about to the video. So that works quite well. This is a synth turn, like it's basically a synth note I had, and what I've done here is I've pitched it up as it goes along. I also forgot to mention that I've got a limiter on my, I'll bring it over, the waves limiter, which is really nice, ties everything together really well. What else do I have? I've got FabFilter Pro on the jacket with a bit of pitch shifting going on. And same with the bass. I've got some. I should have put this on a master, like for everything, but I didn't really. Yeah, I could have actually done that. And it's very easy, but I was just like kind of wanting to just get stuck in. So next time it'll be a lot more organized. Anyway, I have this bass turn here because it sounds like she's got some like sort of electronic like thing on her, as well as just leather movement. And then I've just got like a metal hit reversed. So if you combine these guys together, you get this nice little turn in for the start. And then next time, obviously, I'll be able to show you in groups, and it'll be a lot quicker. But anyway, this is my first time. Anyway, Uzi Firewire. I actually found this nice machine gun, AR HK416, which is a really nice sound. But on its own, it doesn't sound that good with just the Uzi on its own. I'll just play it. It sounds very weak. I added some reverb. I even limited it as well because it was like ridiculous. It's peaking everywhere. But yeah, what I've found is layering your guns with like a metal element, a bass kick, and then some sort of other layer on top, and that's what exactly I've done. I got a nice metal layer here. That's kind of like, I was looking at like the clip bit here, moving back and forward, and that's what I was trying to simulate. And then the actual metal of the gun, it seems quite light, so I've done like a higher pitched one. And then I actually just had a bass drum kick for the actual thuds. So if you combine these, it actually sounds quite convincing. And then I also noticed there's like a very quick thing with bullets as well, so I decided to pan these bullets to the left as they fell out. But like, it's so fast, I didn't have a lot of time to do much there. Okay, the next part is our teleport, and I knew this bit was going to be quite challenging. I had these two here are out of a library, and I didn't actually use them that much. They're really low in the mix, but it kind of just gave, what I like to do sometimes is get library sounds. Even though I don't know how to design what I want at the exact moment, I'll chuck it in as like a benchmark and then design around it. So yeah, this first one, it sounds super cool, but when you actually hear the full teleport, you basically can't even make this stuff out. But it's a nice little layer. It's like some sort of anime teleport. It's great. But anyway, I knew it wasn't enough. I was looking at it and I was like, it sounds like a design sound that someone else has made. I needed to make it my own. But the other part is our deploying our little teleporter thing here, and I use my washing machine for it, which is hilarious. I've got this one here. Essentially just me opening the door, but like pitched up and like a lot of processing on it. Let's see here. Here's the pitch up for it. And then I've got a dial for the washing machine as well, which is hilarious. It's actually turning it, but like really effed up. I've done a lot of modulation with stuff before, so I've actually only pitched this up in this year, but in a previous session I'd done a lot of processing for it. I've got some really good sounds out of a washing machine, so if you want some good metallic stuff, please use your washing machine. And then ladles. I love ladles, it's ridiculous, but basically what I've done here is I've got like this ladle hit which is reversed, and I've done an envelope pitch upwards on it, which sounds incredible. And I've also, what I love about Reaper is like squashing stuff down and not altering the pitch, so it gave this really nice robotic feel. I've also got, oh, wrong thing, I'm dragging over my wrong thing. I'll get used to this, don't worry. And it's crashed because I touched on something else. Anyway, so I've got H delay from waves, I've got more reverb and a bit of pitch forming going on. Crazily shit, I know. A lot. Sometimes I just mess about with things and it sounds good, and that's usually the way I work. But this is how it sounds on its own. If it'll play. So you can see it already adds a really nice element to it, and I also pitched another version down. I called it Ye Little Yoo-Hoo, which is not noticeable on its own, but when you like pair it in with that, it's really nice. Tinfoil, I also love tinfoil. It's ridiculous. I really like using sounds at the kitchen. This is for like her flutter as she teleports, and this worked really nice as well. It sounds really daft on its own. Also this is me actually just getting this sheet of tinfoil and like flicking it, and with another bit of delay on top of it. I really like that sound. It adds really nice with the all the other sounds. That's always, it somehow clips on its own. I have no idea how. But yeah, and then I have some like actual electricity. The video's lagging. It's just when she deploys it, and the video is having a nightmare. The video's editor needs to be the best. But yeah. And then my favorite one. I'd done a lot of processing on this guy ages ago. It's a bottle and a toaster sound I had from my old flat, and with loads and loads and loads of chorus, and the rate is just like set to infinity. It sounds ridiculous. But yeah, the toaster made like this laser sound, and it is incredible. I use it quite a lot. I just basically also pitched it down a little bit as well, and then I reversed it for the lead-in, and it sounded better the lead-in rather than the actual impact, which is incredible. I didn't know what I was going to do when I was designing that. I'm just glad it worked for this. So if you got all these little tracks building up the teleporting layer, and those two that I mentioned earlier, try and pay attention. You won't actually notice them that much, but they just add that little nice layer at the bottom for everything. And the video is still lagging. It's crazy. It really doesn't like it, does it? There we go. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with how the teleporting sound turned out. And then finally, I've got some like whoosh boom library for like the cinematic lead up. So I thought it was quite nice. I added some actual land sounds in from punching, what was it, a coat in the wardrobe land. But then again, I don't know why I've done this at the top, but I have I needed like a nice door slam for land. And then I also had a bit of reverse in from one of the door slams as well, and it sounded quite nice. But I thought I'd spice it up with the last cinematic like click sound. So that is everything broken down. Next time it'll be way more organised, and I'll have everything grouped, and it'll be a lot more smoother. But I'll play it one more time just for you to listen. It's clipping, don't tell anyone. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and next time I promise I will do this better. Anyway, that's me.